Hi, my name is Nick Edwards, and I'm here today to convince you that I'm the best candidate for your Operations Support Associate position. I recently completed a project with Bonds Brewing Company here in Laramie, helping them with several marketing and operation concerns that they had. Our team's task was to provide Bonds with ways that they can increase awareness for their establishment, get more people into their brewery, and make sure that they come back regularly. To accomplish this, we sent out to administer several different surveys in order to learn about the community's opinions on bonds. We then analyzed the data from the surveys to figure out why people don't come to the brewery and how to get them to come in. Throughout this project, I would consider myself to be the leader of our group, as it seemed like I had to do a lot of explaining what group members needed to do and often had to walk them through how to do it. I also was usually the one that initiated group meetings or brought us all together to make a decision on the project. However, I never did so forcefully or try to dictate what we did as a group. I think that this made for a great team dynamic, as without having a leader to guide everyone through the project, I don't think we would have performed very well. I would consider myself to be a very good leader, as well as being able to unite and motivate a group to accomplish a common goal. I assumed the leader position for the project because I'm a go getter, and when given a task, I want to attack it head on in order to complete it with the most efficient and effective way possible. However, I also understand that sometimes things change and you have to adapt to this change in order to succeed. This happened in our project when we came up with a bunch of initial ideas and started working towards them. When the owner of Bonds told us he didn't like the ideas and wanted us to pursue others. While we were bummed out, I knew that we needed to go in a different direction in order to satisfy our client. Another example of having to change on the fly is when we decided to make a last minute secondary survey to get more data that would complement our initial findings. Some of the other group members didn't want to do it, as it was last minute and we didn't have a lot of time left for the project. But I knew that it would make our end presentation a lot better, so I convinced them to help me run the survey. It ended up being a success and gave us a great data that we ended up relying on to make some decisions. The project we were assigned to was very vague and didn't come with hardly any instruction or expectations. This made things very chaotic, especially at the beginning. Luckily, me and another group member were very good at slowing things down and formatting a plan for what we needed to do and what the whole process was going to look like. In other words, we had to use our judgment and common sense to come up with a plan that would allow our group to accomplish our task without wasting time. I would also consider myself to be a very detail oriented person. For our projects, we had to create a PowerPoint with our findings to present to Mons. While we were putting it together, I was constantly going over it and fixing any little mistakes that I saw. The most prominent were the graphs we used to visualize our data. I had to go through just about every one of them and fix labels or numerical data in order to make our presentation perfect. I'm also comfortable with picking up any slack where needed in order to get the job done right. During our project, there were a couple times where a group member didn't show up to our meeting, so I had jumped in and finished the part that they were responsible for doing. If you're looking for a resourceful person, I'm your guy. I've always taken pride in being able to accomplish any job with what I have at my disposal. This came in handy when we were having issues incentivizing people to take our survey. I reached out to the owner of Bonds and sold him on the idea of giving out discounted beer to survey respondents, something that he was originally against. We also needed a survey program, but couldn't find one that was free to use. So I contacted the UW Tech Desk, and they provided us with Qualtrics, a high-end survey distribution program that is normally super expensive, but the university pays for students to be able to use it. So we were able to use this resource because I was able to go get it for us. I also have a lot of previous experience in operations type environments. Several of my past summer jobs have been working with industrial operations where the safety, efficiency, and quality of our work was not only prioritized but demanded. I know how to use my common sense, work ethic, and decision making abilities to perform my job well while keeping myself and others accountable for accidents or malperformances. In conclusion, I think that I'd be a great asset and a perfect fit to work for your company. I'm confident in my capabilities to tackle any task you throw my way and complete it with the utmost level of expectations in mind.